Hello and welcome to Light of Jophiel, where today we are seeking important messages from the Archangels. I have two piles for you to choose from today. Pile 1, you have the Swan paperclip, along with the Queen of Gabriel card. And pile 2, you have this paperclip. Kind of looks like a brooch, or back in the day, one of the clip-on earrings. And then the Ace of Gabriel. So choose your pile. I will have the timestamps down below. And please note I did do the two readings on 2 different nights, so you will notice a difference in my nails. But other than that, I will see you in your reading. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll the astrological dice, and then I'm going to pull some tarot and set that out in a particular format. I'll let you know what that format means here in just a minute. And then I'm going to sit with the energies. And then after I've sat with the energies, I'm going to come back and give you your message, okay? So let's roll the astrological dice and see what we get here. Archangels, what is your important message for pile 1, please? Important message for pile 1. So we have 11th house. We have Venus. See, I don't remember what that is. Oh, yeah, Pisces. I always look at it wrong and then I get confused. Pisces. So we have Venus, Pisces, 11th house. So let's pull your tarot. What I'm going to do is I'm going to have 5 rows. The 5th row will be 5 cards of your current feelings about the situation. The 4th row will be 4 cards of what you don't see about the situation. The 3rd row will be 3 cards of the advice from your archangels. The 2nd row will be 2 cards of the highest possible outcome of the situation if you follow the advice given. And the last card will be the energy that you need to channel throughout this process. So let's get started on the 5th row. Your current feelings about the situation. Current feelings of pile 1 regarding the situation. Okay. Pile 1's current feelings. I'm sorry, I've got, so far you've got the King of Ariel, the 7 of Michael. It's just in my mode of channeling which cards to take, sorry. Current feelings about the situation for pile 1. Thank you. 8 of Ariel. Current feelings. Thank you. Okay. That was 14 is solutions, and six of Michael were the last 2 cards I pulled. All right, so 4th row is what you don't see about the situation. So what do they not see? Oh, hi. We're going to go ahead and take that. So that's the 5 of Ariel. What do they not see about the situation, please? What does pile one not see about the situation? We're going to take that one. No. So far we have, I'm sorry, I'm so busy channeling which ones I need to take. 5 of Ariel, 9 of Michael, the Magician. And the Knight of Raphael. The third row will be the advice from your Archangels about this current situation for your highest possible outcome. What is your advice for pile one, please? Advice for pile one. The 10 of Ariel. The 2 of Ariel. And the 9 of Gabriel. And then the highest possible outcome if you follow this advice for the situation. Highest possible outcome if advice is followed. For pile one. The Wheel. Ace of Gabriel, and then the energy that you need to channel throughout this process. We have the Queen of Gabriel. So I'm going to sit with these energies. I'm going to come back and give you your message. Okay, pile one. I feel that you've been highly focused on your career, and that your career is going well, and you're feeling successful and accomplished, and you've put a lot of work into what you do, and you're proud of what you do. You've been able to accomplish a lot. And it could be that maybe either you have gone through a lot of school yourself, or had a lot of education in order to do the things that you do, or you could be a teacher as well. But I feel as if you feel there's an imbalance in your work life areas. You've compromised your personal life for your career. And for some of you, it could be that you feel more comfortable working, that's just your jam. That's where you thrive, and that maybe you feel like you're not very good at relationships, or you're just not comfortable in that area, so to speak. It could possibly be that also that you maybe travel a lot for work, or you have an incoming opportunity to move or travel. That could also be influencing this feeling of, well, maybe I'm just meant to be alone, or maybe I'm always going to be alone, or maybe this is how things are always going to be. And if this doesn't resonate, this might not be your reading, because that is what I'm seeing here is a question basically about your future in love and your future in relationships. But what you don't see is that your thoughts of thinking this, of maybe I'm not good at relationships, or maybe this is how it's just meant to be, or how it's always going to be, that either you're never going to have the time for relationships, or you're not good at relationships, are just creating just that. They are like self-fulfilling prophecies. But what I do see here is that your worry is unnecessary, and that it's time to release those fears because they're not serving you. You can manifest whatever relationship you want. You can manifest whatever person you want. I do believe that what you want and what you seek is close at hand, but you have to get out of your own way and focus on the things that you do want rather than the things that you don't want. Focusing on having that work-life balance, that's in your hands. You can create that. Make that a priority. It might be beneficial if you're very kind of work-oriented or task-oriented. It might be beneficial to create a schedule that allows for more personal time for fun. You know, sometimes we're the type of people that if we don't schedule in time for fun, it's not going to happen. All work and no play makes Timmy a dull boy, as they say. So your advice is to work on that work-life balance, to get out more, to meet new people in the community. But then when you do that, don't focus on meeting someone being the outcome, because then you're too attached to the outcome, and that's just going to keep it further away. Focus on enjoying your time, being present in the moment. And then keep going. Don't give up. Be determined to get the outcome that you want. It is out there. Focus on what you want rather than what you don't want, because your highest possible outcomes are the wheel, new beginnings, end of delays, a change in direction that offers happiness, and Ace of Gabriel, a gift of passion, new passion. A gift of passion, opportunity, and inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. But in order to get to these outcomes, it's up to you, partly, you know. You have to get out of your own way. Focus on what you want, not on what you don't want. Believe that it can happen. Manifest whatever relationship or whatever person you want to be in a relationship with. Schedule out time to meet new people, to be in the community, to have fun. And then when you're out having your fun or meeting people, don't put the pressure of, well, I'm going out tonight. I hope I can find the one. That's just going to push it further away. Be in the moment, have fun. Make that your focus, is having fun and being present in the moment. And the energy that you are to channel during this process is the Queen of Gabriel. This is the Queen of Wands. passionate, charming, brilliant, independent. You can do anything right now. Go after what you want. The ability to attract helpful people. Let's just take out the helpful. The ability to attract people, to attract what you want. The Queen of Wands, whether you're male or female, we all have masculine and feminine energies. The Queen of Wands is vivacious. She is confident. She attracts what she desires. She's fun. She's creative. She's outgoing. So this is the energy that you are to channel during this process. And you can achieve what you want. You can have that relationship that you want. I definitely think that it is close at hand, but you have some things, of course, that you need to do to allow it to come in, to be able to attract that which you're wanting. So that is your important information from the Archangels. Thank you for being here, Pile 1. And I'm sending you energy of blessings, love, joy, peace, and light. See you in another reading. Okay, Pile 2. I'm going to roll the astrological die, and then we're going to pull some tarot cards. So, Archangels, what is the important message you have for Pile 2 at this time, please? The important message for Pile 2. So we have 6th house, we have Libra, and we have the Sun. So we will talk about what those mean in a minute. Let's go ahead and get your tarot. I'm going to do 5 rows. So I wrote down what I was going to do here. The 5th row is going to be 5 cards of your current feelings about the situation. The 4th row will be what you don't see about the situation. The 3rd row will be advice from the Archangels in order to reach the highest outcome of the situation. The next row will be the highest possible outcome of the situation, and the last row of 1 card will be the energy that they're advising you to channel during this process. So let's get going. Archangels, what are the current feelings of Pile 2 about this situation, please? Current feelings of Pile 2 about this situation. So we have the Magician, I'll take that one, the 3 of Michael, I'll take 6 of Raphael. Thank you. The 4 of Gabriel. Wow, that one flew out. The 8 of Michael. Let's see. Make sure, a little offline, make sure we can see all of those. Okay, so next is what you don't see about this current situation. What does Pile 2 not see about this current situation, please? We have the Emperor. We have the Star. the 7 of Ariel, Bing, and the King of Michael. So the next row will be advice from the Archangels regarding the situation. What is your advice for pile 2 regarding the situation, please? You have the 9 of Ariel, the 8 of Ariel, oh, we have one flipping over here, the 8 of Gabriel. And then our next row will be the highest possible outcome if you follow this advice for the situation. What is the highest possible outcome if this advice is followed? We have the King of Raphael, and we have the 4 of Raphael, and then the energy that they advise you to channel during this process. Energy to channel. Wow, that came out fast. Ace of Gabriel. All right, so I'm going to sit with these energies, and then I'm going to come back and give you your message from the Archangels. Okay, my beautiful pile 2s. So we'll go over the Astro dice first. You had the Sun, which has to do with the self, the ego, meaning like your mind, basically. Libra, you also had Libra, which is about balance and being fair, diplomatic, peace-loving. And then you had the 6th house, which is like the house of health and service, which can be work, health, wellness, daily routines. And so with that in mind and looking at your cards, I believe you are seeking, wanting, longing for more happiness in life. I do believe there was some type of situation, and it will be different for everyone, that occurred previously that you cannot get over, something you can't move past or let go of. For some, this could be something that happened as far back as childhood. For others, and for, I believe, I'm feeling the majority, it's about a relationship, a love relationship that you can't get over, whether that's because you broke up or you lost someone, maybe a loved one passed away. But I think I think that the Archangels want to encourage you and assist you by bringing more light back into your life. And if that is resonating with you, then this reading is for you, because this is what I see in the cards. And I am sorry that you've been hurt in the past by someone, or maybe a relationship, or like I said, maybe you lost someone and you feel like you're stuck in your grief process. And if that's the case, I do empathize with you. I have been there myself, and I do want to say, if you have lost a loved one and are, I don't even want to say stuck in the grief process, but you may feel that way. You may feel that you can't move on. And grief, people grieve, even just, breaking up with someone is part of a grief process. But the grieving process looks different for everyone. So no matter how long you've been in this, please accept and know that it is okay. Grief is a sign that you loved someone. And love is a beautiful thing, and It's beautiful that you were able to give your heart in the way that you did. And the other person, whether they know it or not, is better for that. So I just wanted to make sure that I voiced that, because there are people out there who might think that, you know, well, you should move on by now, or, you know, you should have gotten over it by now. And they mean well. They want to see you happy again. But again, grief looks different for everyone. The time frames of the different grieving steps are different for everyone. And grief, especially if you've lost a loved one, is not something, I've heard, you know, grief never goes away. It just looks different through time. But I do want to encourage you, because the Archangels here, I mean, the good news is that what you don't see with the Emperor here, they're showing you that you hold the power. You can empower yourself to make steps to move forward, that you don't have to stay where you are. There is healing for you here with the Star card. There is healing. And they want to remind you of that. And they're here for you as well. They are here for you. They grieve with you. They see your pain. But they're reminding you as well that it is in your hands, that you have the power to heal yourself. You have actually a lot to live for here with the Seven of Ariel. This card really reminded me that you have a lot to live for and a lot to be grateful for. This card reminded me of kind of stop and smell the roses, so to speak. And they want to remind you of that. Sometimes when we are stuck in our grief process, or kind of maybe stuck in our negative thinking, we can get bogged down with that, and that's all we can see. But if we step back, we see that each one of us, we have things to be thankful for, whether that's the sunshine on a beautiful sunny day, or the rain, the smell of the rain on a rainy day. There is always something to be thankful for. And the Archangels want to remind you of that. And they're reminding you that you have what it takes to move past this with the King of Swords here, with King of Michael. You hold the power, and the power that you have is actually in your mind. Their advice here, beginning with the Nine of Ariel, is back to that kind of stop and smell the roses. They want you to find the beautiful things in life and be thankful for them. And so I want to encourage you to maybe begin your day every day with just writing out a list of things to be thankful for. It could be a list of 5 things. It could be a list of 10 things. And then before you go to sleep at night, do the same thing. Think of some things that you were grateful for that maybe happened during the day. And during the day, you know, it takes some practice here. And that's what I see with the Eight of Ariel. It's going to take some practice. It's going to take some work. We've gotten into a habit, right, of thinking thoughts that have been part of the grieving process, whatever the grief is about, whether it's about past something that happened when you were a child, or past relationships that didn't work out, or the loss of someone. We have gotten into a habit of thinking a certain way because it served us at the time. And it's how we kind of comforted ourselves. But it's no longer serving you because you want to be happy. You want to find something to celebrate again in life. You don't want to stay in this mode of unhappiness. So, but now that we've gotten into the habit of that way of thinking, of that way of seeing life, it is going to take some work to not think that way, to not react that way, to not automatically think some of the things that we've been thinking. So part of that work is, yes, writing down the things that you're grateful for every day, but that's also part of that is reprogramming our minds. One way of doing that could be finding some great affirmation videos. I'm big on those. I must say that on almost all of my videos. Finding some affirmation videos on YouTube about whatever the subject is that you feel like that you need, whether it's self-love, maybe, you had a relationship that didn't end well, and so now maybe you don't think as highly of yourself, or some things happened in that relationship that made you feel maybe not worthy. Then find some affirmations of self-worth and self-love and learn to love yourself again. If it's learning to be grateful for things in life again, there are tons of videos out there of things to be thankful for if you need help trying to think of things to be thankful for. But there is some work to it, right? You have to put some work in. I find that first thing in the morning, like immediately when I wake up, that's helpful for me. I immediately put in some headphones and begin listening to some affirmations, repeating those and starting my day off that way before my mind can start going down the gutter of all the things that I'm not happy with, or I'm lacking, or how I don't want my day to go. First thing in the morning is really a great time to listen to something like that to start your day off right. And then throughout your day, if you can, try to begin here and there being more aware of your thoughts. And the best way to do that is, how are you feeling? Your emotions are a great indicator of your thoughts. So if there's part of your day where you're, oh gosh, I'm just feeling so down, or I'm feeling so sad, pay attention to your thoughts, realize what you're thinking, and then replace those thoughts with something positive. So again, it does take some work, but if you want to be happy, as within, so without. If you're thinking positive thoughts, if you're thinking thoughts of faith and belief that life can be good again, that life is full of beautiful things, you have to play that record in your brain. And if you start feeling those feelings, because it's almost like before you can feel those feelings, I can't remember, what is the order of, it's almost like the opposite of how you would think it should go. Let me think. I can't remember exactly how it goes, but it's something like, if you think the thoughts, then the actions will follow. If the actions follow, then the emotions will follow. Something, I think I have that all completely wrong, but you get the gist of what I'm trying to say here. And with the aid of Gabriel, important communication, what we think and what we tell ourselves is so important. So I think your archangel, the archangels here are guiding you to really put in the work to turn things around mentally and emotionally. And it starts with your daily routine, from starting off the morning, and you can do it whenever. I'm just saying this is an example, but I also do highly recommend first thing in the morning and right before you go to bed, starting off and ending your day with affirmations or things that you are grateful for, or both, because both would be great. Also, throughout the day, paying attention to your emotions. How are you feeling? And then listening to what was your just previous thought before you kind of started feeling that way, and work on replacing those with more positive thoughts. and just paying close attention to what you're telling yourself. If you find yourself complaining about something or kind of talking negatively about your life or things in your life, even to someone else, try to stop yourself, back up, and replace it with something positive. And it's going to take some work, but as they are telling you here with the King of Swords, you and the Emperor, you hold the power to do this. You are more than capable. You can do this. And they're encouraging you to do it, and they're with you as you do it. With your positive outcomes here, your highest possible outcomes, you have the King of Cups, the King of Jophiel. And I believe here with this that your highest possible outcome is your emotional and mental stability. The King of Cups is the King of Love. And you will begin to see the good in life, and you'll begin to focus on the positive things, and you will be grateful for things. You'll find the things to be grateful for. Those alone are wonderful outcomes, but as I mentioned, as within, so without. As you start giving off that type of energy, and you become that on the inside, you start putting off a frequency to the world, and you start attracting those things to be grateful for, things that are positive, things that are good, and it just becomes like a snowball effect. So not only will you begin to start seeing the good in life and having things to be positive about and things to be grateful for, but you'll also start to attract those same types of things. And that's the same how I feel with the Four of Cups here is that you'll begin to see the possibilities in life rather than thinking my life is over. That relationship, I had it so good. I thought it was going to be everything I wanted it to be. Nothing will be like that ever again. You'll begin to see the possibilities. And again, once you start to exude that type of energy, you're drawing in that type of energy to yourself as well. And speaking of energy, the energy that the Archangels are advising you to channel during this process is the Ace of Gabriel. Ace of Gabriel is the Ace of Wands. And it's got passion, opportunity, inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. This is the attitude that you are to channel. It's all very positive. A gift of passion, opportunity, inspiration, the chance to do something amazing, a sense of wonder. And I want to encourage you to do whatever you can to channel that. And I understand, I have been there. For those of you, I believe I mentioned this in another reading, but if you don't know, I have actually lost a husband when we were young. And so I have lived with losing a loved one myself, or, losing a relationship that I didn't want to lose. And I understand that sometimes you're just like, I don't want to feel better, or you might feel guilty for feeling better, but your loved one wouldn't want that if you have lost someone. And if you've ended a relationship that you didn't want to end, maybe someone broke up with you, you owe it to yourself to, I don't want to say move on. I think that sounds insensitive, and I definitely don't mean it in that way. But I mean that you owe it to yourself as an act of self-love to feel better. You are worthy of love. You are worthy of beautiful relationships. You are worthy of positive, beautiful, good things in your life. And as soon as you begin to feel that way and you start to exude that type of energy, the universe will be receptive to that, and you will start to see the effects of those and receive that back. So that's the message I have for you. I wish you healing and all the beautiful things, and I wish you feelings of love and positivity and goodness. And I hope to see you again in another reading. Thank you.